We've got our base color on, and I'm working on the secondary color. As you can see, it's a little bright, but we're going to go back over it with the base color once this is down. We're using a Vallejo model layer. So it may look a little strong now, but it will lighten up after we shade it again. We're just doing this. I'll show a still picture. Well, here, we'll do this first. This is kind of the picture of what we've got going on as far as the camo pattern goes. But I'm just kind of freehanding it. I'm not doing it exact. And I said, even if it seems a little dark now, we're going to go back and go over it again with the gray. I'm doing my outline, trying to keep it in frame for you guys. I'm going to do my outlines first, and I'll come in and fill. We need to do stripe there, runs along there. So I'll tighten these again. I'll tighten these up and tone it down once we've got the we'll go back with the base color. We're going to go ahead and mute this section just because the compressor is so loud and obnoxious. But what I'm doing is filling in the secondary color, that blue-gray on the panels. At first I outline it, then I'll go back and color it in. I'm doing light pass at first for that outline because I'm freehanding it. If I were to mask it out, I'd be able to paint a little bit heavier the first time around on it. But working my way around the model, just doing sections at a time, and I'll come back and touch it up. Once I finish getting the blue on there, I will go back again with the gray again and tighten up those lines a little bit. I don't want it to be crisp separations, but I want it to be fairly tight. So you're seeing we're just filling those in, and that's about all we got going on. And once all the colors on both are done, then I will go back with the gray again and do an overall dust pass over the blue and the gray to kind of blend the colors together so they're not such stark contrast. When I do the final gray pass, I will thin the Vallejo model layer down about 50-50 with the Vallejo thinner just to keep it thin. Okay, so at the moment the colors are a little stark, but I'm going to go back and start blending them in. We will do a pass through, pardon the compressor again, with the base gray color, and I will dust that over the whole thing. That will blend that blue back into it so it matches a little bit, so it's not so stark. And also I will finish here. You can see it's not quite smooth. I do need to do a little more work up here. But that's our basic camo done on the first pass. So we'll come back when we get the second one done. Okay, so we got a blending pass on there now. As you can see, the blue is not nearly as stark. I'll even do this. Oh, it's too dark. The blue is not nearly as stark as it was before. And it's still a little dark, but after we do a panel wash on this whole thing, it's going to darken the whole aircraft up quite a bit. So I'm really happy with that as it is. We just painted the radar nose cone there. We still have to mask off for the engine section back here, which has the which is done in a kind of a burnt tungsten. It's a tungsten, a titanium, I guess, finish for the engine section back there, and I still got to paint the engine nozzles themselves. But that is where we're at. I've also got got all the rockets, and the pylons are all painted as well. So we're ready to start detailing those. Which I don't think the kit actually supplies any detail markings for that, so I'll have to go off of other kits that I have as far as striping and whatnot. Yeah, they don't have any coloration markings on here at all, other than color H and color I, which go back to the beginning. H being gunmetal and I being white. That's the only two that, and they've only got on the those sparrows, they just have them completely in white, and on the sidewinders they have the white with gunmetal on the fins, and that's the only coloring to do. So we'll have to do a little more work on those. And this was fun too, building the exhaust cones, exhaust nozzles, because you had put 30 of those little tiny little buggers onto 15 of them on each one of the nozzles. So if I were doing this as a contest model, that would be the first thing that would go, and I would replace those with some resin nozzles. But since it's just going to be a model to sit on my shelf, we're fine with those. So we're going to let this paint dry, probably overnight. Put a clear coat on it. Now shut up, compressor. Put a clear coat on it. Let that cure. Then we can do our decals and put another clear coat over that, and then we can do the panel line wash with then a final coat of satin or flat, probably mostly flat. We can get satin up it a little bit, but they're not really shiny anywhere on them other than the canopy. So that's where we're at. So probably our next video we will start on the decals. So until then, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world, and we will see you on our next video. Bye.